Hello and welcome to Trains in Viatic. Today I'm playing with my latest purchase, which is a ATV WAV sound module Series 200. So you get the instruction sheet, you get the actual unit, you get 8 push buttons, 2 speakers, USB power plug and USB lead. So what I'm going to do is go through the setup on this. Because of YouTube copyright things, I won't be able to show the actual sound I'll be using on my layout. I'll just be using generic YouTube library, free to use sounds, but I'll take you through setting it up and what can be done with it. Okay, so what did I get? A USB power plug. I won't be using this. I'll be using a power bank, which is something like this. I must probably buy one specifically for this job. Then it means I don't need to worry about additional power on the layout. I had a USB cable which I use for powering this, and you also use for programming this. A bag of buttons, which is very useful. You just need to provide your own wire for that. 2 nice speakers. They're white and they come with everything you need, so you just find somewhere to hide it underneath the layout, so you get the sound out. And it looked like it's going to be a nice long lead, so you can actually put them in 2 different places on the layout. So you've got 2 of them. So again, they come in nice polished, no plastic bags, reusable bags, so would have been if I pulled the thing correctly. So that's 2 speakers, and then you have a unit. So you've got your 2 speaker output with 2 individual volume knobs. You need to read the instructions for how to use the volume knob, as there's 2 different ways to program the unit. You have 4 light outputs, which could be quite interesting depending on what effects you have. Then you have your inputs. So you've got your push buttons, or you can use DCC. So you can only use one or the other reading the instructions, but you can trigger 8 different events. And then you've got your push buttons. So once you've got everything out, the next thing you need to do is to go onto their web page and download the software. Okay, I have now gone onto their website and clicked on download. Then it's use the sound module, and then it's a sound Series 200. And then the next thing I need to do is download the drivers for download the software, which take me to this page, which I think it will be this one here. And this come up as a potential issue. So I'll block the download there and try that one, which take me to the same point. So I'll need to contact my supplier. Okay, for you, this have only been a few seconds. For me, this have been about a month. I have hit several problems with this device. So I'll run through each one with you in turn and tell you how to get over it first. The first problem I hit was when I went onto the website to download the software for this product. The website should be down the bottom just here. It was keep on warning me about virus on my virus protection software. I have found out that it's because it's a hosting site, and some of the things that have been hosted could be considered dangerous, but this is safe. Second of all, but much more annoying, is connecting it to the computer. You'll see in the background I have my laptop. I'll be needing to do recording on my camcorder rather than my standard screen capture for this, as this laptop have real trouble doing screen capture. So when you plug the device into the computer on the USB port, it have to be directly into a USB 2 port, which is the black port. You cannot plug it into any hubs. It got to be directly into the black port. It cannot be in the USB 3 ports, which are the bluer coloured ones. Let's see if I can get that to show. You can see the blue kind of colour. If you only got to blue USB ports, you can't use this device. So these are the little problems I found so far. So I'll show you setting up the software, and then I'll show you what it can actually do. Okay, first of all, I want to apologise for the screen flicker. Like I said, I can't use my normal capture technology to show you how to do this. So you can see on the screen you've got a zipped file. This is what I download for the software, which gives you that software there. But before you do that, when you plug in the device for the first time, you then need to go on to download, as instructed in the instructions, this bit of software. Wrong hand click on it, as in right hand click on it, and then click Run as Administrator. This then means that the computer can talk to the device properly. This didn't work on my main computer where I had a USB hubs or USB 3 ports, so I have had to go onto this laptop, which I can plug directly into the USB 2 port. Okay, once you have installed all the software, you'll get this new logo. So what you do is you just load it up, and I'll just zoom out to get it to fit into the screen. And you get this bit of software. First thing you need to do to make sure that you can actually communicate with the device is to click Checkboard, and then it come up with this is a P66 128 board version 1. So if I disconnect the board and do it again, you get this warning. If you get this warning, you need to try connecting to a different USB port. So I'll just reconnect it and click Yes. So the next thing you need to be aware of is the software only work with WAV files. So it means you need to make sure that if you have any MP3 or other music files, you convert it. But to set this up, first of all you click on the interface, which will always be the key, which is either the digital buttons or the analog buttons, depending on how you're connected. Then you select which key you're working on. So you have 1 through to 8. So start on key 1. Then you can decide how you can activate it. So you've got one which is a re-triggerable, which means it can keep on playing. Then you've got it's not replayable. Then you have repeating, play repeat, repeat on off, and play complete cycle. So I'll do a one shot re-triggerable. Then you have to select for voice output, and it got to be DAC for external amp. Otherwise you cannot use for onboard sound adjusters. So once you've got all that set up, you can then choose your file. So you click on the down arrow and click on new WAV file. Because this is a YouTube video, I can only use sounds from YouTube, so I have downloaded a few. So I'll select this one. Now I'll select a short one, so I'll select door close as the first sound, and it tells you that it's the first one to play and it's at 8K rate. You can then get it to trigger lights on and off, or even flashing. Then once you're happy with everything, you can save the file, and then to load it to the board you press this button here, and then it runs through quite a few bits. Make sure not to touch board, not to touch cable, because it's very, very, very sensitive to anything. So I'm just letting it to run through the procedure. You can see it telling you what's going on. Now they need to initialize the memory, so still going through. It then gives you a bit more information along the side, but to be honest, I'm not quite sure what they actually do. Also, you've got the website for where to get the software, and you can choose the language and give a project a name. So it just keep on doing this. I can't remember how many memory initializations it go through, but this all good signs, as if it's not connected. So you can see it's right. Then if you have any more of the boards and you want to do the same project, you press next. Otherwise you press cancel, and then that's done. Okay, this does come with buttons, but I haven't got any set up. So what I'll do is I'll just use this little wire to trigger it. It's press once to trigger, once again to turn it off. And you should be able, there you go, that's the sound of it. And then just press it again to turn it off. Okay, now for the conclusion of this project. This is going to be set up properly and used in my layout. It's a very good idea. Very, very good idea. But it got so many bugs with it. If you've got time to spend on your layout, and you've got time to actually invest in setting this all up, and if you have multiple computers so you can try to find one which it actually work on, it's a very nice product. But if you want something which come out of the box, plug and play, you'll need to find another solution. So it's a hard call. I'll leave that as my rounding up on it. So if you liked this video, please press the like button. If you dislike it, please comment. And also, in a second you'll get a screen coming up where you can see last week's video. You can subscribe, and those are the options on it. So just click on either the video or my logo, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Richard.